Final guest tonight is most simply described as one of Britain's best-loved stars. She made her stage debut at the age of 8 weeks, and after a decent interval to grow up, has never stopped working. She's appeared in hundreds of plays and films, but it's been her work on television, in series like Meet the Wife, In Loving Memory, The First Lady, and Flesh and Blood, which has given her the widest audience and a particular popularity. Ladies and gentlemen, Thora Heard.
Excuse me, you know that pink thing, this? I have one exactly like that in our toilet, and everybody thinks it's a scent spray, and they go to the toilet, they press that button, and it goes, just like that. Just like that one. I was watching, I thought that was great.
If you start laughing at that while you're using the toilet, you're in trouble, aren't you? What about, do you like travel?
Oh, yes. Now I can afford it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Scotty and I, the first thing when we were married, well, you know, because we had 3 and 8pence when we came back on our honeymoon. That's the truth. All money, all money. And we always said, now, you know, a lot of people say, well, I'll have a mansion, a yacht, or all that. But we always said we'd travel.
Where you been? Anywhere nice?
A lot of places. Yeah, excuse me, won't you, Bartle? I know it's your programme.
It's all right.
You know, you know when you were talking about that dear gentleman with the tubes and all this, during the travel, we were in Spax, you know, in Tunisia.
Yeah.
And, well, I said it in Gerber. You know that little fly speck on it?
Yes.
And I came in out of the sands and under the shower, and I've been married a long time, so I understand this. And I'm under the shower, and I thought, that's funny, because it was. It was like a football.
Really?
From then to then. And I went in and I said to Scotty, would you look, what's this? You know, ooh. And it was gangrenous appendix, but I didn't know then, but it was. And an Arab operated on me, in fact, and I was wondering whether he was a gynecologist and an eye specialist. Because they cut their name on your stomach, you know this.
No.
No, they honest.
They don't, Thora.
Wait while I sit on my ankle like I used to at school. At school, I used to do that. On there, and I'm not going to show anybody, so believe me, as an honest Lancashire woman, I have Mohammed Gatat cut on there. Honestly. And he wanted to get me back to England. That was the most important thing, because he said this was such a wonderful... Well, he said it in French, and my French is night school French, you know, that's good. But my husband understood him. And I opened at Blackpool, this is a fact, with all those tubes hanging out, honestly, all like this. 2 rehearsals in the Dress Circle Bar, my understudy having played Hull the week before, in Yorkshire. Yeah, well, you knew that. And I opened with that. And 6 weeks after when those came out, and I've often thought the audience, these dear lovely people who are our living, do not know, do they, what's going on that they can't see?
No, they know now, though, don't they?
They don't now.
They know now. You've got this Arab thing written on.
Who is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's I love a nice talk about operations.
Well, I thought...
It's nice.
I was sitting there, and I didn't really care whether I came on or not. I was so interested in you, John, and you, Goldie.
And me
And when you
too.
mentioned this, I thought, I've got one of those in our top actors of 50. The £1.95 in a joke shop.
Now, you brought up in Morecambe, weren't you, in
Yes.
Lancashire, for which
Yeah.
God forgive you.
Yes, and God help you.
Yeah, and you lived next door to a theatre.
Yeah.
What effect did that have on your child?
Well, my dad was the manager, you see, so where a lot of children would, we did play in the street, you know. But if my mother wanted us, you know, the lovely Northern Express, it's lovely being on your programme, because you know a lot of Northern Express. Get from under my feet. We went onto the stage, you see. So by the time I was 6 and my brother 8, we knew how to cleat a flat. We knew how to mix size. Because, you know, the stagehands used to be permanent there, not your, like, night jobs. Yeah. And they would teach us all these things to interest us. And so we knew FOHs.
I used to spy on the stars, too, didn't you?
Yeah, well... Yeah, well, it's a bit difficult when I do your songs of praise, Joyce, to tell this, but it was a fact that there was, under the scene dock, outside in Cheapside, were the windows of dressing rooms. And we'd be playing in the street, and a window was open about like this, you know. And, come here, you see, so... Now, what we had to do was to keep our titters in, because you know, if you titter and the window's open, the fun was going to stop. Actually, it was an actor who was walking about without his clothes. And when you're a little girl 6, I had a brother, and I knew the mechanics, you know. This is why I put that in my book. The fact, you see, we hadn't seen anybody else's other bit of equipment, only our brothers. Now, I looked in the dictionary because I wanted anybody to be able to read the book. And it said, piece of equipment for use of soldiers, it said. In the dictionary. But so we're all peeping, you see. And when I went in at night, my mother said, what's all this black on your forehead and your nose? Well, it was the dirty window. Well, every night we had a look. And then you kept your titters in. Because you think it's very funny to see a man like that when you're little.
Well, what was he doing?
I think it's very funny to see a man like that now when I'm grown up. You know, it's a very funny thing about.
Well, they're not as funny as women.
Oh, well, we're not... Oh, we can have a good debate on this, can't we?
Ooh, I'll jump in.
No, and this was it. And the following week, we were very disappointed because it was a character gentleman with a book and a pipe. And while he was off the stage, he just sat and read. And it's very disappointing when you've all gone to the windows, you know. It was great, really, because now we're all having a look, and it was, let me look, get out, get out. Oh, it was marvellous.
It's not like my dad's. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, I haven't seen my dad. She
No.
might have enjoyed it.